Welcome back to Inspire Talks. Listen closely, because this story might change your mood, your mindset, maybe even your path. Title: Stop Comparing Yourself. Her name was Lydia Kelly, a soft-hearted girl from Dublin, Ireland. A girl who lived her life watching everyone else's highlight reel and judging herself for not being perfect. Every morning, she scrolled through social media before she even stretched her arms. Someone got promoted. Someone bought a house. Someone got engaged. Someone traveled to Greece. Someone lost weight. Someone achieved something she didn't. And every morning, before she even brushed her teeth, Lydia felt like a failure. She whispered to herself, "Everyone is ahead. I'm the only one stuck." And that single thought controlled her life. Lydia was a writer, a good one, but not famous, not recognized, not applauded. She compared herself to authors younger than her, friends earning more than her, cousins who were married, neighbors who seemed happier. She stopped enjoying reading because every book reminded her of what she hadn't achieved. She stopped going out because every social gathering made her notice everything she lacked. Her life became a scoreboard. But the saddest part was, only she was playing. No one else asked her to compare. No one else told her she was behind. No one else was racing her. But she still felt like she was losing. One evening, after another long day of comparing her life with strangers online, Lydia sat in her room surrounded by the noise of her own thoughts. She stared at her unfinished manuscript, a story she once believed in, but now hated, because it wasn't good enough compared to bestsellers. Frustrated, she pushed the papers aside and whispered, "Why can't I be like them?" And that question cut her more deeply than any insult the world could throw at her, because she wasn't asking the world. She was asking her own heart, and her heart felt like it was shrinking. She cried, not out of pain, but out of exhaustion. Exhaustion from chasing shadows. Exhaustion from being at war with herself. Exhaustion from believing she had nothing to offer. Sometimes comparison doesn't destroy your confidence instantly. It drains you day by day, until one day you wake up and realize you no longer know who you are. The next morning, Lydia forced herself to visit a small cafe she used to love. A place filled with the smell of warm coffee and antique books. She sat alone, holding her cup like it was her last source of warmth. An old woman sitting across from her noticed her teary eyes and asked softly, "You look like someone who is sitting in the wrong life." Lydia smiled weakly. "I feel like I'm behind everyone." The old woman chuckled gently. "Behind? Behind what, dear?" "Behind people my age. Behind my friends. Behind expectations." The woman nodded slowly, then said the one line Lydia didn't expect. "You cannot be behind in a race you never signed up for." Lydia blinked. The woman continued, "Life isn't a single track where everyone runs the same distance. Some are climbing mountains. Some are sailing oceans. Some are walking slowly through the forest. And some, like you, are writing stories." The old woman leaned forward and whispered, "Your path is yours alone. Stop comparing your page 1 to someone else's page 20. Something inside Lydia softened. as if her heart exhaled after holding its breath for years. The old woman introduced herself as Margot Byrne, a retired literature professor. For the next hour, Margot told Lydia stories of authors who failed for 20 years before writing their masterpiece. Stories of people who bloomed late. Stories of souls who found their calling after 30, 40, even 60. Then she said, "Flowers bloom at different times. Does a sunflower ever get jealous of a rose? Does a rose feel insecure because a daisy blooms earlier?" Lydia shook her head. "So why?" Margot smiled. "Do you think humans are born to bloom at the same time?" It was such a simple truth. Yet Lydia had been blind to it for years. Over the next months, Lydia made a promise. "I will compare myself only to who I was yesterday." She took social media breaks. She wrote for joy again. She celebrated small victories. 500 words written. A nice cup of coffee. A peaceful morning walk. She started measuring her life in moments, not milestones. And slowly, she began liking herself again. Not because she became successful, but because she became present. One afternoon, Lydia finished her manuscript, the story she once abandoned. Her hands trembled as she typed the final sentence. She didn't care about publishing. She didn't care about readers. She didn't care about comparison. For the first time, she wrote for herself. For the girl who spent years believing she wasn't enough. For the girl who deserved to breathe without pressure. She printed the last page, held it to her chest, and whispered, "I am not behind. I am becoming." And in that moment, she realized something she should have known all along. The only person she ever needed to outrun was yesterday's version of herself. Sparkle's moral of the story: when you compare your journey with others, you forget your own magic. Everyone is running a different race. Everyone blooms at a different time. Everyone heals at a different pace. Life is not a competition. It is a creation. Create your life without looking at someone else's blueprint. If this story touched your heart, then let your finger do one small thing. Hit that like button. And if you want to walk with me in more such journeys, then subscribe. Our next story might just find you before you find it. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye-bye. ***.